Oh yeah, Black Sun in the hizzle, all for shizzle dizzle. We got an excellent show here today. Today. So we're gonna do a combined show today. Shout out to MD, his break chamber came off, so he might be able to join us. and he might not. So we're just gonna do the arena broad sector tonight because we don't quite have the articles ready for the arena this week. Okay, so man, shout out to MD. Hope you get that fixed. Okay, so yeah, let's get right to it, y'all. Let's get right to it. I got 3 articles tonight. Let's start doing the share screen. Let's share screen this thing. Presenter view, share screen, and we're going to start off with RT. Let me get okay, so RT. Okay, so this is about RT. We're gonna blow it up just 1 notch there. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so the headline of this article: Ukraine admits responsibility for a terror attack on Crimea Bridge. Why did I pick this article? Because in the past, as y'all know, I've talked about the Nord Stream pipeline, and nobody knows what happened to that. This Ukraine bridge was also a mystery until they admitted it, and also the dam. The dam was a mystery. I'm y'all gonna see where I'm going with this. Like I said, they admitted to this big bridge being blown up, and so Zelensky has made allegations of false flag future events talking about the nuclear plant. So let's get to it. Okay, so the strike sought to derail Russian logistics, a deputy defense minister has said. Um, okay, so let's get to it. Ukraine has, for the first time, apparently admitted playing a role in a deadly attack on the Crimean Bridge last autumn. The incident belongs in a list of achievements for the country's armed forces, a senior official has claimed, while Moscow has repeatedly claimed that the attack was staged by the Ukrainians. Officials in Kiev had never before directly admitted responsibility. On Saturday, Ukrainian Deputy Defense Minister Anna Malar published a post on Telegram commemorating 500 days since the start of the conflict between Kiev and Moscow, outlining several highlights. The list includes an apparent public acknowledgement of Kiev's role in the attack on the key link between the eastern part of the Russian peninsula and the rest of the country. It has been 273 days since the first strike was conducted on Crimea Bridge to break the Russian logistics, Malaya wrote. The Crimean Bridge was damaged in a truck explosion last October, resulting in several people dead and serious damage to the facility. It has been fully repaired since. Moscow called the blast a terror attack masterminded by the Ukrainian intelligence services and responded by intensifying missile strikes on Ukrainian energy and military infrastructure. In the aftermath of the bombing, officials in Kiev cheered the blast. So, so people in Kiev were celebrating. I wonder if they were celebrating when the dam got exploded or when the Nord Stream pipeline was blown up. Let's keep it moving. The Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky stated that we definitely did not order that, as far as I know. So you're lying, Zelensky. So let's keep it moving. Shortly after the incident, however, several Western media outlets reported citing sources that Kiev was indeed behind the explosion. In late May, 8 months after the incidents, Zelensky Malyuk, the head of the Ukrainian security services, hinted at Kiev's role in the attack, saying that given that this was a logistic route, it had to be cut off. Certain measures were taken. Okay, so right there, we got motive. We got strategic positioning, that works out better for Kiev. But it doesn't matter. They came out and admitted it. Let me leave a link so somebody want to jump on. They admitted it. So at this point, because now Biden's doing cluster bombs, sending cluster bombs over there. I mean, it's like uh, I guess this is their Hail Mary. This is their Hail Mary moment. I figure I guess they figure they're gonna, go all out, use them, what they call dirty bombs, and just try to win by any means necessary. But however, there is a line of defense that they are not penetrating. This summer offensive that started off as a spring offensive, but it is now summer, is an utter failure. One of the spokespersons at the White House, I remember him saying, he said it twice, that Ukraine is losing the war. And I guess they tried to correct him and he said it again, which was funny. I wonder if I can have that clip. I say that to say this. I don't have the clip on hand, but I do want to. What's going on, Deacon? What's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, man. Just read an article, man. Like I said, they finally admitted to some sabotage, that being Ukraine. So I just wanted to read this, and I know, they're already gearing up for the elections. They're already talking about now. They're gearing up for the elections, but the Democrats aren't going to have a primary. The Democrats are not going to have a primary, although you got Cornel West and you got Kennedy, but they're not going to have a primary. Okay, good move. Good move. Can't wait to hear the arena's take. Man, Deacon. I mean, Deacon, where do I start, man? Where do I start? I mean, it's like the loss is so blatant, the sabotage is so blatant, everything is just out in the open, and I don't think at this point Biden even gives a damn. I don't know if you heard about they found cocaine in the White House, and they're like, "Oh, well, we don't know who it is. We did DNA sampling, we did fingerprints." And come on now, really, y'all did all that? And I thought the White House was supposed to be the most secure place in the United States, but apparently, and I was telling MD, I don't think they have drug dogs there because I don't think they expect people to walk in and bring blow into the White House. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm naive, but I'm thinking who would have the nerve, who would have the audacity to bring a bag of blow into the White House like that? I would have, I mean, it's like to me, it's like walking up in the police station with, your stash. White House. I don't know. It's a federal building and you got federal agents all the way around it and you're bringing in the black bag of blow. It makes me think white privilege, white entitlement. That's what I think. But we do know for a fact that Hunter Biden has a drug problem, and that's why they wanted to give him a gun charge because he has admitted to being on cocaine, crack, and all that shit. So I don't know. I don't know. They said they damn questioned 300 people, and I guess one of those 300 was Biden. I don't know. Not saying it was Biden. I'm just saying that Biden has admitted to having a drug problem, and they didn't check nobody, and they found a little bag of blow. So, hey, exactly how they know it. Exactly, they know who it belongs. Deacon, you already know. Deacon, you already know, man. You already know they know who it belongs to. You know, and I know they know who it belongs to. They know who it belongs to. And me and you, we know they know who it belongs to. It's not even about Me and you knowing who it belongs to, me and you know they know who it belongs to. Come on now, y'all just, yeah, man, it's just the blatant Biden, Biden, or Biden. Oh my gosh, man. This is just so comedy, man. Oh my god. This is just too much, man. This is too much, man. Biden, Biden, or Biden. Right. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, you know that I know, and I know that you know that they know who it is. So that's, you know what I'm saying? Because me and you can sit up here all day long and we'd be like, we know who it is. It don't matter. We know they know. That's what counts. We know, me and Deacon, we know that they know who the blow belongs to. So yeah, man. Hey y'all, I'm gonna keep it moving, man. This is, oh man. Shout out to Deacon, man. Shout out to Deacon. Um, Shout out to the people in the clouds. I'm gonna go to the next article, y'all. I'm gonna go to the next article. Let me let me okay, cut this article out. Okay, so the next one is about Turkey. Let me see if I can do a share screen now. Boom. Okay, here. No, 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 no. Yep. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, so this is also about RT. Let me click on it real quick. Let me blow it up just a little. No, no, that's good. It's good. Okay, so this one's by RT2. This one's Biden pressures Turkey on NATO expansion. So let me read this real quick. So let me say, the U.S. wants to push through Sweden membership of the military bloc. Okay, so real quick, um, Turkey didn't want to push through Sweden because Sweden, they had some Quran burnings and the authorities, nobody was arrested, and goddamn, Turkey was up in arms. They were really upset that they had Quran burnings in, and so because they had Quran burnings in Sweden, um, Turkey didn't want to allow, they didn't want to vote in Sweden as part of NATO. However, let's read this article and see what happens and why Erdogan had a change of heart. Let's read this. So, Turkish president, recap, Erdogan has warned his U.S. counterpart, Joe Biden, that he has not yet seen enough progress from Sweden on anti-terrorism measure to approve the county's application for NATO membership. Okay, so remember, the act of terrorism they're talking about is the Quran burnings. I just want to make sure y'all are clear on that. In a telephone call with Erdogan on Sunday, President Biden conveyed his desire to welcome Sweden into NATO as soon as possible. According to the brief readout released by the White House, Erdogan, however, noted that while Stockholm had taken some positive steps by revisiting its anti terrorism legislation, it still allowed pro Kurdish terrorist organizations to hold public demonstrations, meaning they're meaning public Quran burnings. That's what they're talking about. They were allowed to burn Qurans, which, okay, they're allowed to burn Qurans. So NATO Biden wants to fast track Sweden in because he wants to prop up NATO because y'all know BRICS, it's official. They are on the gold standard. They're on their own gold standard. And so uh, they had this summit to basically try uh, to counteract that energy because like I said with BRICS, you have China, Russia, Iran, um, BRICS, Brazil, I believe no, not Turkey, no, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, Iran, China, BRICS. So South Africa, that's right. Okay, so and then you have some other nations that want to join on board. So let me continue this article. So this nullifies the steps taken. Turkey communications director quoted Erdogan as saying in a statement on the public phone call held ahead of this week's NATO summit in Vilnius. Sweden, a neighboring Finland, applied for NATO membership last year, breaking with their long tradition of military neutrality on security concerns raised by Russia Ukraine conflict. Finland was officially admitted to the Western Bloc in April. So, wait a minute, Finland got in before Sweden. Okay. But Turkey initially blocked Sweden. Oh, that's why, because Turkey blocked Sweden's bid, accusing the country of sheltering Kurdish terrorists. And allegedly, these Kurdish terrorists were burning Qurans. Okay. The alliance bylaws requires an unanimous approval before new members can be admitted. Biden has previously pressured Erdogan to approve Sweden NATO's application by linking the decision to U.S. approved for the sale of F-16 fighter jets to Ankara. Sunday's Turkey statements suggest that Biden may have agreed to decouple the issues. According to Ankara, Erdogan said it was not appropriate to tie Turkey's F-16 request to Sweden's bid. Wow. Y'all hear that? And he thanked Biden for supporting the fighter jet deal, though the White House only said that the leaders reviewed efforts to strengthen our bilateral ties. The two leaders also agreed to meet on the sidelines of the Vilnius summit for further discussion to discuss bilateral issues. So, as me and MD we were talking about, this was like a money deal. This was like, look, man, what can you do for my country? India is in the okay. That's right, India. Okay, shout out to MD, man. MD's listening, but remember, y'all, he's taking care of business. So uh, MD will probably join us. He probably won't join us, man. I know how it is. Then, man, brake chambers go out, your whole truck goes down. That's the thing about air brakes. But same way with damn hydraulic. I guess if your master cylinders goes out, fluid comes out, then your whole brake system is gone. Well, with the air, yeah, it's definitely everything is shutting down. So, man, shout out to MD. Um, Shout out to MD. Oh yeah, yeah, Deacon, man. Yeah, MD's on. He's doing a trucker thing, and he's heading out to Georgia to Louisiana. So he's going to be on the road for a couple of days, and he probably won't make it back to Atlanta until Saturday because he's got to go through, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. Then he's got to hit Louisiana. Then he's got to turn around and do the same thing. But in that process, he's going to get rest. And then now his truck brake chamber. So yeah, he's got a lot going on, man. So shout out to MD. Shout out to MD, man. Shout out to Deacon, man. Man, Deacon, man. Tell Angel, man. Don't be a stranger, man. Don't be a stranger. Don't be a stranger. Shout out to Angel Snapping Up 7, man. Okay, so let's keep it moving with the next article. Okay, so this, and y'all gonna laugh at me because Facebook just banned the post. I had a post, and I'm glad I didn't do it on MD's channel. On MD's channel, I had the blow. So MG channel, MD, I put the blow on your channel. So I don't know if you like it or not, but hey, if you don't like it, man, you can take it down. But on my channel, I put the finger, and yeah, Facebook was like, no, you can't do that. Violent depictions, and I'm like, it's a plastic finger. It's a plastic. Obviously, it's a plastic finger, but it's all good. But let's get to the next article. Where are we going with this? This is another RT article. Man, RT is just fun, y'all. RT, and plus, I don't trust fake news, so you're not gonna do the RT. Severed fingered male. See, I wanted MD on for this one, man. God damn, but man, shout out to MD because oh man, I wanted to give his feedback on it. But let's read this. Severed fingered male to Macron's residence. Media. The gruesome package was reportedly received by the Elysee Palace ahead of the Bastille Day. A severed finger has been mailed to the French President Emmanuel Macron official residence. Newspapers Vaslars actually reported on the Wednesday, citing a security source. The disturbing package was received by the Correspondence Department of also placed between July 9th and July 10th. The source said, adding that the human appendage was recovered by police. So this was actually a real finger. This wasn't no fake finger. This was a real severed human finger. So I guess what they need to do is check the hospital, maybe check and see if somebody's missing a finger. I don't know. Let's keep it moving. The package, God, I don't mean to laugh, y'all. The package allegedly arrived ahead of the Bastille Day, a French national holiday celebrating on July 14th. According to the report, the person who mailed the finger has been identified. Oh, shit. See, I didn't read this part. See, I'm reading this now live with y'all. This immediately triggered the appropriate procedures for the cases involving distress. So the individual in question could be handled by competent services to undergo a medical evaluation, the source says. Wait a minute, are they saying the dude cut off his own finger and mailed it? Wait a minute. Oh, no. Wait. I'm back. I'm sorry, y'all. According to the report, the person who mailed the finger has been identified. This immediately triggered the appropriate procedure for the cases involving distress. So the individual in question could be handled by competent services and undergo a medical evaluation. So they're saying the dude cut off his own finger. Damn, I wish MD was on here, man. I wish somebody was. Look, somebody in the chat correct me. Am I reading this right? A real life finger? Yeah, Deacon. It was a real finger, but I'm trying to discover, did the man cut off his own finger? Did he, cut off his own finger? I mean, I can't even bend this one. I got cut. Y'all can't even see the scar. I don't know. Hold on. No, y'all can't even see. Y'all, that is faint. I can't bend my finger because I cut my finger. So I can imagine how, and I didn't do it purposely. I wasn't trying to send nothing to nobody. It's just one of those accidents that happen. But no, this man allegedly cut his own finger. Let's keep it reading. So the man, wait a minute. This will be, geez, I don't mean to laugh, y'all. Damn. Macron's office declined to comment on the matter. Of course they did. According to Valeurs Actuales, that's the newspaper, read more men arrested threatening Israel Prime Minister. We'll do that next week. In 2000, in 2021. Oh, this is another article. Okay, so y'all, hold on. Ukraine embassy. Oh, these are talking about other cases. Okay, so in 2021, the Spanish authorities intercepted envelopes containing threatening letters and bullets that were sent to several politicians and officials. In 2022, Spanish police arrested a 74-year-old man as part of an investigation into letter bombs that were sent to different institutions, including the country's defense minister. Oh, okay, terrorism. Last year, Ukraine said that its embassies in Europe had received bloody packages that contain animal eyes. Oh wow. Okay, we'll keep it moving. Okay, so yeah, people sending weird packages, man. And again, I don't know if this guy cut off his own finger. I'm a little. It's saying yeah, medical evaluation. Yeah, he gonna need some medical evaluation. Seriously, man. So yeah, man, that's the article, y'all. Um, they're not saying if the guy, none of his background. They're not saying his name. Me being the person I am, I immediately said, Islamic terrorists or goddamn communists. You got a lot of communists over there, a lot of Islamic extremists over there. So I don't know. But again, they're not releasing his information. They're not saying who this man is and why he did what he did. I guess he's under medical evaluation right now. He cut off his own finger and mailed it to Macron, and they traced it right back to him. So I guess what they do, they have tests immediately. Like they can do DNA tests and test like, oh, this is such and such finger. I'm assuming that's what they did. I'm assuming that's what they did. So, man, um, see, I wasn't gonna have MD have one up on me. See, originally we were gonna do a combined show, and MD was gonna talk about the cocaine being in the White House. I said, you know what, I gotta match his energy, and that's why I came with the finger in the mailbox. Take that, MD. See, he thought he was going to outdo me with the cocaine, because the cocaine, when he came with that stuff, I said, oh, damn, that's a hot story. Cocaine in the White House? But like I said, I think we know who brought the cocaine in. But I said, God damn, I got to match that story. And here this goddamn finger story dropped right in my lap. I said, I got you, MD. You're not going to outdo me with the goddamn cocaine in the White House. I got the finger in the mailbox. What do you think about that, MD? Let's see MD's responses. What do you think about that, MD? See, he thought he was going to outdo me with the damn cocaine. And that's a good story. Cocaine in the White House. But like I said, I came with the goddamn severed finger in the mailbox there. Shout out to MD, man. He's probably still doing his thing out there, man. So, yeah, y'all. Man, a lot going on out here, man. I only came with 3 articles. Let me see if I can pull something up real quick, because all 3 of those were very short articles. Let me see if I can do the bonus real quick. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can do a little bonus article, because I believe I did send some extra articles just in case. I always be sending extra articles. So let me see. Let's play this real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna play something real quick. The views and opinions. Fair usage, YouTube. Fair usage. Let me play this real quick, man. I want to play this for y'all. Let me see if I can get this damn ad off. Let me share screen. Let's see. Yeah, let's share this tab, and let me.
You making your thing happen. Really going for it. Doing business on your terms. Giving it your all. Making a difference. And loving what you do.
Okay, let's get to it.
So we've been reporting on the out and out corruption and the bribery that's going on with the Biden family from foreign governments. So now there's a whistleblower. There's a whistleblower. So whistleblower on the run in Biden corruption case says he's being hunted by the FBI after he exposed payments by Chinese firm to Hunter Biden and his family. Well, that did happen. He did expose that, and he is on the run, and here he is. So let's listen to him now.
My name is Dr. Gal Luft. For the past 20 years, I've been the co-director of the Institute for the Analysis of Global Security, a Washington-based think tank focused on energy security. For the past 15 years, I've been a resident of Israel. And for 4 years, I was senior advisor to the China energy company CFC, at the same time of its dealings with the Biden family.
So this guy would know if the CFC, that company, that Chinese company, bribed the Bidens. He would know. This guy seems like he would know. And?
Under normal circumstances, I would be testifying before Congress about my experience with CFC. Sadly, due to circumstances I shall describe here in this video, I am forced to tell you this story via video. My ordeal goes back to a fatal decision I made in March of 2019 to share with the US government my knowledge about the Biden family's relations with CFC. As I said, it was in March of 2019 in a 2-day session at the US Embassy in Brussels. I insisted that the meeting take place in March because at the time there were rumors that Joe Biden was planning to run for president. I saw it as my civic duty to alert the government beforehand and give it enough time to probe the issue. I want to be clear. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I have no political motive or agenda. I did it out of deep concern that if the Bidens were to come to power, the country would be facing the same traumatic Russia collusion scandal, only this time with China. Sadly, because of the DOJ's cover-up, this is exactly what happened. The DOJ sent to Brussels a delegation of 6 people, 2 prosecutors from the Southern District of New York by the names of Daniel Reichenthal and Catherine Ghosh, and 4 FBI agents. One of them was Special Agent Joshua Wilson from the Baltimore field office, which also happens to cover the state of Delaware. Now you want to ask yourself, why did the government...
The state of Delaware, why is that important, Joe Biden?
...dispatch to Europe so many people? Why 6? Why not 2? The answer is that they knew very well that I'm a credible witness and that I have insider knowledge about the group and the individuals that enriched the Biden family. Over an intensive 2-day meeting, I shared my information about the Biden family's financial transactions with CFC, including specific dollar figures. I also provided the name of Rob Walker, who later became known as Hunter Biden's bagman. Yet, as we now know today from the whistleblower testimony, Gary Shapley, it took the DOJ a whole 21 months to probe the issue and to actually talk to Walker. But perhaps the most alarming information I revealed was of a mole within the DOJ who shared classified information with Hunter Biden and his Chinese partners.
So he's saying that there was a mole inside the Department of Justice that gave heads up to Hunter and the Bidens about anything that, any information of the investigation or stuff they had to look out for. That's what he's saying. They had inside information of what the FBI knew.
I told the DOJ that Hunter was closely associated with a very senior retired FBI official who had distinct physical characteristic. He had one eye. One of the FBI agents at the time even told me, you know, that would be very easy for us to find. There aren't that many one-eyed people in the Bureau. The information I provided the FBI in March of 2019 was fully corroborated 9 months later when the famous laptop belonging to Hunter Biden, which contained all the emails and receipts, was handed to the FBI. And guess who seized the laptop from the computer repair shop? It was Special Agent Joshua Wilson, who was with me in Brussels earlier. In other words, the FBI knew about, from me, about the Biden CFC deals before they got hold of the laptop, way before. They had enough time to investigate the issue, but they didn't.
So there you go. And now this guy's on the run because he told the truth about somebody the establishment needs right now, which is Joe Biden. So they need Joe Biden to do their proxy war with Ukraine, to saber rattle with China. They need Joe Biden to do that. They needed Joe Biden to sell lockdowns and vaccines. They needed that. So they need him. The establishment doesn't want to hear from this guy. And they're certainly not going to investigate Joe Biden's kid. So this guy, his name is Mr. Luft. He's 57. He's on the run following his arrest at Cyprus on the charges of international arms trafficking and an alleged violation of the Foreign Agents Registration Act. That's what they got Trump's campaign manager on. But he didn't, even though nobody does this, they use this selectively. They go after their political enemies with the Foreign Agents Registration Act. He denies those charges, of course he does, calling them retaliatory acts by President Biden for having cooperated in an investigation of his son Hunter. Following his widely publicized arrest, which occurred just before Mr. Luft was to board a regular commercial flight back to Israel, he said in a tweet that the Department of Justice is trying to bury me to protect Joe, Jim, which is Joe's brother, and Hunter Biden. Shall I name names? In late March, Cyprus police reported that the former Israeli lieutenant colonel and respected energy issues expert had gone missing. Mr. Luft suggests that he believes the whole affair to be politically motivated and that the reason he jumped bail at Cyprus in April was that, in his view, he would not be able to receive a fair trial in a New York court where he extradited to the United States. From wherever Mr. Luft is, he did not hold back, maintaining that the reason he was arrested in Cyprus is that it was part of a plan by the Biden administration to keep him from testifying to the House Oversight Committee about payments said to have been made to members of the president's family by an energy company called CEFC, that was run by the communist China. So do you see how this happened? So they're like, oh, let's just get this guy arrested in Cyprus, one of our puppet governments. In March 2019, Mr. Luft met with, he just told you that, he met with 4 FBI officials and 2 Department of Justice prosecutors at the American Embassy at Brussels to provide information that CEFC was paying $100,000 a month to Hunter Biden. What's more, they were paying $65,000 to his uncle Jim in exchange for their FBI connections and use of the Biden name to promote China's Belt and Road Initiative around the world. So he's getting $100,000 from the Chinese. They're getting $80,000 from the Ukrainians. They're doing pretty good.
That's according to
Mr. Luft, the Department of Justice dispatched 6 individuals to meet with him in Belgium. He told you the story. At Brussels, blah, 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 blah. Right. Mr. Luft claimed that everything he told the American officials was corroborated 9 months later. Yep. In the new video message, Mr. Luft accused the Department of Justice of a cover-up and said that I, who volunteered to inform the U.S. government about a potential security breach and about compromising information about a man vying to be the next president, am now being hunted by the very same people who I informed and may have to live on the run for the rest of my life. He added, I warned the government about potential risk to the integrity of the 2020 election. Ask yourself, who is the real criminal in this story? Colin Rugg says Biden corruption whistleblower Gail Luft, who recently went into hiding in fear for his life, reveals how a mole inside the FBI was tipping off Hunter Biden and his Chinese business partners. Luft came to the Department of Justice to alert them of potential crimes being committed by the Biden family. However, instead of looking deeper into the matter, the Department of Justice worked to cover up Luft's allegations. Isn't it funny how the Department of Justice will search in every crevice for a crime against Trump, but won't look at evidence into the Bidens, even if they're slapped in the face with it? Miranda Devine says, here is the letter that Jeffrey Berman, then the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, sent to Gail Luft to set up the Brussels meeting. Okay. By now, you have certainly seen the video of him claiming the evidence of Biden corruption. According to conservatives, so this is to let you know that that's real. They did have that meeting. They did go to Brussels to meet him and hear what he had to say. Here's who Gail Luft really is. This is from this Democratic Party hack. He says he's an Israeli professor. Gail Luft was arrested on the Interpol-issued warrant on suspicion of weapons trafficking between China and the UAE and Libya between 2015 and 2023. Okay. Luft is further suspected of conspiracy to commit serious felonies as well as making false statements. Oh, boy. He was arrested in February in Cyprus. Luft is alive but living as a fugitive in a secret location, skipping bail in Cyprus. This guy says he told us all that. Ed, meaning the guy in the video I just played you. He told us everything. But now you have certainly seen the video. He told us everything. So this person's point is that Luft already explained all that in the video. He then calls Brian Krasenstein Ed. That's why he's calling him Ed as a joke, because Brian and Ed Krasenstein are twin brothers who post the same kind of pro-Democrat bullshit all the time. So there you go. We've been reporting on this. The House Oversight Committee knows about Joe Biden's and Hunter Biden's corruption, millions of dollars that they got from China and Ukraine, and nobody wants to investigate it. Why? Just for the same reason that Barack Obama didn't investigate anybody who ordered a torture program, because they all work for the same people. And the people who ordered that torture program, Dick Cheney, Joe Biden, Condoleezza Rice, they all work for the establishment. The establishment wanted them to do 9/11, wanted them to do Iraq. They wanted them to do Libya. They wanted them to crush. They wanted them to privatize Social Security. Do you see what I'm saying? They work for the establishment. So when Barack Obama became president, he worked for the exact same establishment. He got more money from Wall Street than John McCain did. He worked for them. His entire cabinet came from an email from Citigroup. So Barack Obama wasn't going to prosecute the people. They're on the same team. George Bush and Barack Obama were on the same team. And so that's the exact thing happening here. They're not going to the FBI is not going to prosecute Hunter Biden or Joe Biden. They're on the same team. They work for Wall Street. They work for Big Pharma. They work for the military industrial complex. That's that. Those people don't get prosecuted. Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Baltimore, San Francisco.
All right, so there you have it, y'all. That's the MD and I did a show. Actually, it was on the arena this week, and he was talking about how there was a witness. Well, that guy, that was the witness. That is the witness, and he's on the run because he fears his life because there is an obvious mole in the FBI, and according to the Sun, and yeah, there you have it, y'all. So. Yeah, I want to thank y'all for coming out, man. I said it wasn't going to be too long. Let me share one more article with y'all. So we, like I said, we got the guy we talked about weeks ago. Like I said earlier, we mentioned Zelensky in Kiev admitting that they blew up the bridge in Crimea. So let's deal with this last article here real quick. Let me see, presenter's view, share screen. Boom. Let me just do this real quick. And I think I got screen sharing. Yep, got it sharing. Okay. So let me oh, thanks, Deacon, man. I got one more, Deacon. I got one more. Be patient. I got one more, and we can close it out after this. Okay. So this is by the political.com. It says U.S. approved cluster bombs despite humanitarian concerns. Now, the humanitarian concerns. Let me just say this for the record. Most countries around the world, except for the U.S. and except for Russia, have banned cluster bombs. But let's just read this article. Okay, so the controversial weapon had been banned in more than 100 countries. There you go. Most of them being allies of the U.S. Let's see. The Biden administration on Friday announced, I'm just going to show you how desperate Biden is, right? And let me prove that they're losing the war. The Biden administration on Friday announced it will include, and mind you, and before I read this, he did admit to us running out of ammunition. Biden has said this himself, so that's out there. Quote from Biden himself, he admitted that we've sent all our stockpile over there to goddamn Ukraine, and they're losing. Okay, so the Biden administration on Friday announced it will include cluster bombs in the United States' next $800 million weapons package. $800 million, y'all. Damn. $800 million to a war they know they've admitted that Ukraine is losing. Let's keep it moving. Weapons package for Ukraine as well as armored vehicles and air defense missiles. President Joe Biden acknowledged it took some time to be convinced to provide the controversial weapons, but he stressed the importance of supporting Ukraine's ammunition supplies while preserving U.S. inventories, as well as discussing how Kiev plans to deploy the bombs. We're in a situation where Ukraine continues to be brutally attacked across the broad by these cluster munitions with dud rates that are very high. Biden said in an upcoming interview with CNN's Fareed Zakaria National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan also responded to humanitarian concerns about the controversial cluster bombs by emphasizing the need to provide Kiev with artillery and by saying that Ukraine has already been targeted by Russia's cluster bombs. Now, come on, y'all. If Russia would have been using cluster bombs, we would have already heard about it. But because Biden wants to provide Kiev with cluster bombs, all of a sudden, Russia's using cluster bombs. Bullshit, y'all. Let me keep it moving. We recognize that cluster munitions create risks of civilian harm from unexploded ordnances. Sullivan said during a White House press briefing, this is where we defer the decision for as long as we could. But there is also a massive risk of civilian harm if Russian troops and tanks roll over Ukrainian positions and take more Ukrainian territory and subjugate more Ukrainian civilians because Ukraine does not have enough artillery. Cluster munitions are designed to destroy multiple targets at once by dropping explosive bomblets over a wide area, risking potential harming civilians or other unintended targets. Both sides are already actively using the weapons. Ukrainian cluster munitions killed at least 8 civilians in Izumian last year, according to Human Rights Watch. Colin Khan, the Pentagon Undersecretary for Defense Policy, told reporters Friday that the U.S. will be providing Ukraine with its most modern cluster munitions with dud rates less than 2.35%, meaning the bombs are less likely to fail when deployed. The Pentagon also received written assurances from Kiev that the bomb would not be used in urban areas populated by civilians, Khan said. Okay, so they say. I'm as concerned about the humanitarian circumstances as anybody, but the worst thing for civilians in Ukraine is for Russia to win the war. They are winning the war. What the hell? Khan said. The United States is not party to the 2010 Convention on Cluster Munitions. Remember I said they're not beholden. Neither is Russia. An international ban on their use signed by more than 100 countries. Russia started this unprovoked war against Ukraine. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said in a statement, Russia could end it at any time by withdrawing its forces from Ukraine. Now, why would, you know what, let me ask this question. In human history, has any winning force ever withdrawn from territory? I'm gonna pause here for a minute. I gotta ask this question. Has anybody in human history, any country, any nation, any force withdraw from territories that they have won? That's just a question. Y'all keep that in y'all back pocket. I'm gonna continue to read. Boy. Okay. Russia could end it by any time by withdrawing its forces from Ukraine and stopping its brutal attacks against Ukraine cities and people. But I thought Ukraine was winning. I thought Ukraine, that's what they said, but we know the deal over here in the arena. See, that's why I'm glad y'all watch the arena, because we know the deal. Until Russia does so, the United States and our allies and partners will stand united with Ukraine for as long as it takes. And that's why y'all got the cluster bombs out. What are you going to send next? Nukes? The munitions mark another instance for the U.S. eventually approving a weaponry following repeated requests from Kiev. Washington was previously hesitant about sending the cluster munitions due to a risk of civilian casualties and because of the rapid pace at which Ukraine has used weapons. Meaning they're burning up shit. They're burning up through goddamn ammo. Cluster munitions are among the most harmful weapons to civilians as they disperse bomblets indiscriminately across a wide area that often fail to explode on impact, leaving duds that litter communities and endanger civilians, especially children, decades after the conflict ends. The U.S. Cluster Munitions Coalition, an organization that supports a comprehensive ban on the U.S. cluster bombs, wrote in a statement on Friday. The argument I'm making is that Russia has already spread tens of millions of these bombs across the territory. That is a dumb argument. Well, we should use them because they use them, Sullivan says. So we ask ourselves, is Ukraine, even though Russia's not using them, is Ukraine use of cluster munitions on that same land actually that much of an addition of civilian harm, given that that area is going to have to be demined regardless? Okay. Boy, I tell you, this dude is a real genius. Okay, y'all, so that's it. But you know, you know, okay, let me close this out. Stop sharing. Okay. So there y'all have it here. Black Sun can't lie. He was on point the whole time. Man, Deacon, it's just, I mean, we're just seeing clear desperation right now. Just clear desperation. I mean, the Democrats, they're trying to damn hammer Trump as much as possible. His damn approval ratings have gone up, so they're panicking. They're like, man, we done indicted him twice. We done slandered the hell out of this man, and this man has gotten more popular. And he is projected to win the swing states: Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan. And all three of those states have double digits with the Electoral College. So, yeah, they're panicking, man. I mean, Biden is looking bad right now. Biden is looking real bad. He's looking really bad. Like I said, his foreign policy is bad. It's horrible. Like, why would you continue to fund how much did I read? $88 trillion? And they have not gained no ground. Now, let me just keep it real with y'all, Deacon. Let me just keep it real with y'all. The fake stream media has said, they keep saying, oh, Russia's losing. But they took Bakhmut. Russia's allegedly losing, but they took Bakhmut. So I guess winning is losing and losing is winning, because they took Bakhmut, but they're losing? That doesn't add up. They took the city of Bakhmut, but Russia's losing. So in all this whole 6 months of the conflict, Russia gains a territory and they're losing? Russia gains a territory, but they're losing. Come on now. Yeah, Russia is getting stronger. In fact, oh man, Putin met with Prigozhin of the Wagner group. You know, Wagner had to surrender all their weapons over to Russia, and allegedly, so Prigozhin was allowed back in Russia. He's in St. Petersburg, but I'm hearing reports that his mansion got seized, his assets got seized, bank accounts, all that. So all his assets got seized, and then the Wagner army had to turn in all the arms. They're turning it in as we speak today. So yeah, Russia is stronger. You know what I'm saying? Especially with their economy. I mean, they've just like, with the BRICS, they've just boasted their economy. They have a 3-line defense, like a 3-barrier defense, meaning 3 lines, meaning once they seize Bakhmut, you can't penetrate it. Once the Red Army comes in there, there's no penetrating it, man. There's no, and Russia they've already seized the air. So there's not going to be no jets coming through there dropping bombs and all that. Whatever they send, they're sending tanks and all that. There go, talking about cluster bombs. They're just wasting more money, and I get it, Deacon, because Deacon might be saying, well, the military industrial complex, Black Sun, they making money. Yeah, they are. They are making money, but we're losing in the end. Like, it's like, why are we sending our munitions over there when we still not at ease with China? And I'm not trying to rate or saber rattle with China right now. I'm just saying, like, yo, our weapons that we pay taxes for should be for us, not for Ukraine. Ukraine is not part of the NATO. Ukraine being invaded does not pose a threat to the U.S. The only threat it poses is that if they join goddamn NATO, they are entitled to come here as citizens, immigration. And y'all know me and MD always talk about immigration. So yeah, with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna close it out. And China is not playing. No, they not playing, Deacon. They not playing. And neither is Russia. I mean, well, Russia actually, Putin is being the nice guy. Y'all don't, man, they keep talking about, oh, we waiting for Putin to step down, this and that. No, y'all see how war hungry the rest of those Russians are. Dmitriev, Prigozhin, goddamn Choigu, all these Russians are war hungry. Putin, him being former KGB, he was allowed to go outside of Russia, and he's mingled in Germany. He's mingled in the U.S. Like the KGB agents are required to visit different countries, and so Putin is the most westernized out of all of them. So he's the most rational one. The rest of them are just like old school Soviet, like, let's bomb them, let's take them down. And Putin is like, no, let's work this thing out. So Putin actually has and I'm not saying to be derogatory, Deacon, but Putin has a more of a Western capitalist mindset than the rest of those Russians. Like I said, Shoigu, but y'all see where Prigozhin, his head is at, bro. That dude is crazy. He's ready. He wants to march up to goddamn Poland. He wants to march up to Poland. So yeah, Putin knows the risk ahead. Right. Well, Putin is a good chess player, Deacon. Putin is not a hothead. Putin is a very rational. He's a thinker. He's a thinker. He's a real chess player. He's a thinker. And I don't even like to like cheapen it and say he's a chess player, because we got people on YouTube calling themselves chess players, so they've been cheapening that whole thing. But no, Putin is a real patient, intelligent, rational, and he's a wheeler dealer, man. He's like I want to say, I'm not gonna say he's like Trump. Well, no, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, he's willing to sit down and make a deal. That's Putin. You know what I'm saying? He's willing to make a deal first and to whip out the weapons and go all out war, because Putin's look like, man, I'm not making no money yet, like at the end of the day. And like I said, Putin is a capitalist. He's a businessman. So he's trying to find the most rational way to do this, the most rational way to do this. So, in that article I read by Politico, they said unjustified. No, Putin was petitioned by Luhansk and Donetsk, as I said on here numerous times. That's why I don't like using those type of sources, because they always interject their opinion in it. Putin was petitioned to come there. So it was he is a strategist. He was justified because he was petitioned. He is a strategist, Deacon. He is. So, he is a strategist. So yeah. All right, y'all. We about an hour, man. Man, thank you, Deacon, man. Hey, next time Angel does a live, man, tell him, man, we shout him out, man, over here in the arena, man. We always gonna shout out the whole family over there at Reality's Temple, and shout out to everybody over there, man. Angel. Oh, Twin, what's going on, man? Shout out to Twin, man. Hey, Twin, we about to wrap it up, man. But hey, shout out to you, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to MD, man. Get your truck fixed, man. Get your rest. We will, man. Thank you, Deacon, man. I'm just trying to keep, man. I'm just trying to keep the truth going, man, about this whole war, man. I'm trying to show y'all Biden don't know what the fuck he doing. So at least when y'all come to the arena, y'all will be informed and y'all can make your own decision. You know what I'm saying? Biden has got to go, bro. He's got to go. So it is what it is, man. And they talk about, oh, Trump, this and that. Trump's approval rating's gone up, man. I guess it'll be a first in history. The first president to be indicted and win a damn presidency. Oh, it's gonna happen. And y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. I'm trying to tell you. Approval ratings don't lie. Swing states, like I said. I'm calling out. Trump is going to win Georgia. He's going to win Michigan, and he's going to win Pennsylvania. And that is going to put him at the 270 right there. And then Biden's going to be short. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell y'all. Okay, so man, Deacon, man, shout out to Deacon, shout out to Twin, man. Hey, I might do a pop up tomorrow in the truck. I might, man. That just those truck shows be so rough, man, and they be so rough, man, with the quality. But I might sneak one in, man. It just depends on how I feel. Tomorrow's Friday. I don't know. I might do something. Like I said, and then we might do something. Let's see, today's 13th, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, we might do something tomorrow, man. I'll let y'all know. But we definitely got, and don't miss, we got Nature Mom on Sunday. We got her on Sunday at 11:30 p.m. No, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So y'all adjust accordingly to y'all time zones. And with that being said, man, we out, y'all. Peace, man. Shout out to Deacon, shout out to Twin, shout out to MD, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody in the clouds. We will see y'all maybe tomorrow. Like I said, just stay tuned. I might do a pop-up on the truck, man. I've been feeling them truck shows again, man. I miss doing the truck shows, man. So shout out to y'all. With that being said, we out, y'all, and peace.